Look, Clarence, mate, it doesn't matter how many times we get beat down. What matters is that we get the fuck up, and we keep fucking trying. You're right, Donny. Now, who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Say it with your fucking chest. I'm Clarence Claymore. Show me what you got, mate. Take that. Fucking touch me, cunt. Fuck, mate. We got a lot of work to do.
Now fucking come over here where it's safe. That's it, mate. Come on. I knew that was gonna happen. Clarence, mate, you alright?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Fuck, get out of there.
Fucking hell. Poor cunt.
Oh yeah, Clarence, mate, yeah, should be alright now.
Yeah, mate.
Jesus. Just hold on. No. Fucking early. Fucking saw that scene of War of the Worlds? Have you seen War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
The lightning's just fucking constantly coming down and fucking hitting. The fucking tripods come out and they fucking start killing
You're missing
everyone.
a once-in-a-lifetime sighting here. Major live in concert.
Hey?
You're missing the whole thing, cunt.
You seen the original War of the Worlds?
Yes, mate.
Clarence, I'm fucking sorry, mate. What we can do? Holy shit! Oh god! Just hang in there, mate.
It looks like he's still breathing. He's still breathing.
Who's that Pokemon? It's...
Hello,
I'm Clarence Claymore.
Shut the fuck up here.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Clarence.
Those brutal words hurt my skin.
Just put in 30% of your entire portfolio into this meme coin, which is pretty much held by snipers.
Who are the snipers? Go get the snipers. Go arrest the snipers.
We don't know who they are, but they're dumping on you. Do you want to sell here, Mr. Expert, or what should we do?
What? I don't even know how to sell. I've never sold in my life.
Well, what we can do is, we can monitor what the whales are doing.
What the?
If the whales are selling...
Now there's whales involved. What the hell are you talking about? Can you guys speak to me a bit on English?
Okay, so we have influencers, insiders, whales, snipers.
Hey Jackson, you want to come to the beach?
Yeah, but you've got to drive though.
Why can't you drive? I drove last time.
I sold my car.
Why did you sell your car?
I needed some cash for Bitcoin. I thought it was in a dip.
You sold your car.
Don't even worry, Lachlan. I'll be able to buy a brand new BMW with the gains I'm gonna make. Don't even fret.
I'm gonna fret. That's the last thing you had. You don't have anything left.
Stop fretting. I've got plenty of money. It's just all in crypto. I'm investing.
That's not investing. What if it falls?
It's the future, Lachlan. Why are you all up in my ass about it?
I'm up your ass because I have to buy you lunch every time we go out because you have no money.
My money is in a blockchain. It's all secure there.
You can't spend it. It's not currency.
It's digital currency.
Well then buy me a Subway.
I can't.
Why not?
They don't take Bitcoin, and also I don't want to spend it anyway.
You can't literally invest all the money you have. You have to keep some of it to be money.
But it's going to grow, Lachlan. You don't understand.
And what's the point of growing it if you're too scared to ever take it out?
Because I'm rich.
You're literally going to die a millionaire with no actual possessions.
I'd rather that than die poor.
I'd rather die poor and have spent all my money on life stuff than die technically rich, but all my money is in fucking Shiba Inu.
And NFTs.
Oh, for fuck's sake, do not get me started.
My NFT is gonna blow, you just wait.
You spent 30 grand on it.
It's a waiting game.
It's a bubble.
You're a bubble.
What?
You're a fucking bubble, mate.
How am I a bubble?
You're worth it.
I can't wait to financially afford who I truly am. Because this is the budget version of me right now. I'm not actually so casual and laid back. I'm just underfunded for my vision. All right, my dream lifestyle costs a lot of money that I don't currently have. You know, I'll be waking up at 9 a.m., have a cappuccino on my balcony overlooking the sea, you know, work out, shower, spray my custom cologne. But in reality, I'm waking up in fear. You know, I'm having bread and water, and I'm spraying, you know, vaguely citrus-scented body spray from like the 7th grade. You know, the person I truly am has a skincare routine and separate outfits for boat and lunch, you know. Current me is out here Googling, can I mix body wash and shampoo and still go to heaven? So, you know, right now I'm just wearing vibes, God, and hope. And that's the budget. But one day, I'm gonna walk into a room wearing linen and smelling like generational wealth. Just not today. You know, today I Febrezed my shirt and prayed for the best. You know, we'll get there.
Good afternoon.
Imagine selling now. Honestly, man. Fucking imagine it. Looking at your fucking kids in the eyes and being like, you know what? I'm real sorry, my youths. Daddy fucking went and got a sex change. You know what I mean? No more big dick. Daddy got a fat pussy now, cause you're a fucking weakling. Fuck that, man. I can't look my children in the eyes knowing that daddy fucking sold on dumps. On fucking dumps, man. You fucking idiots. Who the fuck is selling? I don't know anyone selling. My team ain't selling. I know bag hunters ain't fucking selling. Gem hunters ain't selling. So who the fuck is selling? Michael Saylor buying. Grayscale buying. Elon Musk on the Tesla cash flow fund is buying. So who the fuck is selling? I tell you who's selling. Little weekend pussios that didn't even fucking want to be in this game anyway. Didn't understand it. I'm in it for the tech. Fuck off, mate. You ain't.
Nobody knows about that fucking degenerate life when you're fucking down 40,000 and you battle the fuck back. You say, you know what? You know what? I'm a fucking strong, independent man. And you're not gonna tell me I should go to bed. I'm gonna battle the fuck back. And I'm gonna fucking get my money back. And guess what? I got my motherfucking money back. That's right!
But when you go all in on something, I would say that does take conviction. Now, your conviction might be
How many
coming from
chairs are you
first
sitting on
principles.
right now?
One.
Are you all in on the chair? The point really is you put on one pair of glasses. You've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. You're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? The point really is things in your life. Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time? Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? Do you take a different way? You know? So my point really is, if you're you get on one airplane, are you convicted? You put your entire family on the one airplane, aren't you afraid? Asset. Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
It was a bad year because, look, I'm only 14. Look what it did to me.
14 years old?
Yeah, 14 years old. And look what I look like. For crying out.
You didn't have to cut me off. Think I can never happen, that we were nothing. I don't even need your love. You treat me like a stranger and I feel so loved. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Had your friends collect your records and you change your number. I guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you guys to MOONGANG 187. Wow, 187.
You know, it's crazy. Like, I still don't even know how many episodes we've actually done on YouTube.
Right.
Like, I can ballpark it, like 11, 1,200.
Yeah.
And on average, an hour to 2.5 hours, an hour to 2 hours, something like that. But, you know, numbers.
Numbers, yeah. Definitely, you guys. People are like, I thought you guys were going on Fresh Fit. No, that's next month. We're going to be on Fresh and Fit on September 19th and the 22nd. Yeah. So, shout out to the boys, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, UFC 107, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't sent out the email yet, but I'm sending it out basically tomorrow morning. So anybody who is on the cryptomindsetcourse.com website that's on that email list, basically on Wednesday, we're going to give them one free crypto mindset course if you reply to the email with the prompt that we're asking on that. Basically, we want to know like what you want in the next crypto mindset course, and we're going to tailor the Q4 course a little bit to you know, what you guys are interested in as well. So yeah, head over to cryptomindsetcourse.com and put your best email address in there and make sure you are ready for that email, because I don't know, man, like we're going to give away one free crypto mindset course every week here going into those two shows. So and Miguel had another idea. I don't know how much you want to say about it here, but we may be giving away some free money in the next few weeks on MOONGANG as well. You know,
So yeah, we're going to announce it on the next MOONGANG, but we're probably we've been thinking about doing some giveaways as well and stuff to the guys. So tune in, you guys. We'll have some more details. We'll also have community posts to let people know more information about it and stuff like that. But yeah, we want to do some cool giveaways. We want to be able to do some giveaways for the Crypto Mindset course. It's gonna be really sick, man. We're gonna. I mean, the hype train has started already. I mean, people. I get DMs every day. So does Charlie. We get requests. When's the next CMC? When's the next CMC?
Dude, like, there's so many people who get left out on the back end, right? They're like, I learned about you guys from Fresh and Fit. You know, I really wanted to get into that last course, but I missed it for whatever reason. And like, yeah, a lot of those guys are really just like, when's the fucking next one, man? Because once they kind of see the price action that happens around the time the course comes out, they're like, I think it's the phenomenon is they're probably like, oh, here's another couple financial guys talking shit, and whatever they say is never going to happen. And then it fucking happens. And they're like, fuck, I should have got in on that one. Right. So there's already been a few people, saying like, once I announced, what dates we were doing and everything, a couple of people are like, well, so I know when the next dip is coming.
Charlie, no haircuts until then, Charlie. Okay?
God damn it. Why do people have to like listen to the alpha, bro? Like, if they just didn't listen, the alpha would still be alpha. But does that make it like a self-fulfilling prophecy? I don't even know. We don't have that impact yet. No, not yet. Maybe in about T-minus 6 years.
We're like 2011 Tom. We're like, we're 2011 Tom Lee right now. Like, you should be listening, but you're not. But you should be.
Dude, Tom Lee might be like, you get Da Vinci, right? Who said, buy Bitcoin's $1. Just buy it. Just buy, like, what did he say? Like, did he say, like,
yeah, just buy $1. Buy at least $1 of it. Buy $1.
Right,
it could change your life. It could change your life.
And that was when Bitcoin was like 100, right?
Yeah, it could have even been less because he did it in 2013 on YouTube.
I thought it was close to $1, but it was probably like, yeah, he did it early as fuck. Yeah. Early as hell. I'm just like, damn, probably best financial advice anybody has ever given in the history of mankind.
Literally. I think the only person that maybe was like, you could imagine there's some gamer dork who's into stocks who's like, NVIDIA, bro, they make my chips. And he put his money into NVIDIA gamer chips. Yeah. And AMD and stuff. AMD didn't do as good, but still did pretty good back then. It's crazy how those companies went from like, it's just video game chips basically to like, they're like the future of the world now, basically. And like, if your country doesn't have them, it's sort of like, I think we've all heard the story of like back during the Cold War, we would pretend to buy titanium from golf clubs and then we like there was this whole fake thing to basically create shell companies for golf companies to buy titanium golf clubs. In order to have enough money in order to have enough titanium to actually make these these planes out of titanium.
Really?
Yeah, so like there's this whole covert operation. Shell companies are made, and they also even put money into popularizing golf was already popular, but they made it like much more popular and tried to put magazines out and did all this stuff in order to like. There's so much demand for the titanium golf clubs. They're like the best and stuff. So like the Russians were like selling titanium golf clubs everywhere and stuff, and then we were just buying like tons of them, just smelting them down to get material.
What the guy that was the head of the operation was the one that they traded Brittany Griner for, right?
No, oh my god, can you imagine?
No, what was that guy's name? I forgot his name. They caught him in Thailand, but he was like the world's biggest arms dealer. Basically,
Merchant of Death, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And like basically, what do you call it? The United States had caught like the most elusive. You could basically call him a terrorist, right? And they caught him, and then they're like, "We got to trade this for a WNBA player." I'm like, bruh, like really? That's like the worst trade of all time. Like somebody who's going to harm and kill, not directly, but indirectly, hundreds of thousands of people.
Right.
For a WNBA player because she couldn't keep weed out of her backpack. Like
this reminds me of that there's a scene from Nicolas Cage movie where it was like Lord of War, where like some
good movie.
Yeah, like your boss.
What was the one with
which
I forgot his name, but the fat kid from Wolf of Wall Street.
With Superbad or something. What's the name? Or,
Yeah, that guy. What
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that movie? You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Wolf
Where
Wall
there's like
Street or
no. The two guys who were trading arms.
War Dogs. War Dogs.
That is also a super underrated movie.
Yeah, very, very good movie. And actually, that guy, the guy who plays Jonah Hill, not Jonah Hill, but the friend, the real dude is doing interviews and stuff about it.
Oh yeah, no, he has a lot of really interesting actual YouTube videos about like, yeah, this is how they did like so much illegal shit, and it's like, because I forgot how long he went to prison, but basically he served time for it, so he's like good to talk about it now or something.
Yeah, he's going to talk about it, and then he basically kind of screwed out the whole situation. Basically, like he got paid some money, and then the guy just kept withdrawing more and more money. And it's kind of what the movie said is that like his friend was being such a well, he shouldn't say. I guess it was his friend, but his business partner was being such an idiot about money that he just didn't pay somebody. They just went around not paying certain like small like retail. Like imagine you're having some guy shipping something for you. They did it in the movie. They showed in the movie that they didn't pay this one guy like $40,000 for boxes, and then the guy was like, "I want my fucking $40,000," and he started turning them in for all kinds of stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, or 40 grand, but there was more stuff too. Like there was a laundry list of people that dude pissed off. Like like he would fuck you over if he could fuck you over, basically.
Right. Well, and that was kind of the thing in the movie, right? Like I think towards the end of it, like basically he was giving his friend the deal, and he was basically like, "Well, you're still alive." Right. And I'm just like, damn, like, but that business, I mean, is the dirtiest of dirty, right? Like, yeah. Like if you do run like a crazy operation, you come away with your life, like that's more important than money. Like, that's crazy.
And basically that guy was traded. So basically Russia could actually do a war or do supply lines for Russia. Effectively.
Right.
Yeah. And we know how well that's gone. Not very.
Well, sir. Yeah. Like that's the thing about Bitcoin, which is beautiful, right? Is it's very like, I don't know. I forgot how Roger Ver put it back in the day, but he's basically like, if you don't buy Bitcoin, babies in Africa are going to die. Right. But like what he's trying to get at, right? He's just trying to be extreme. But what he's trying to get at is like, I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's like, if you buy Bitcoin, right? Like you will, what do you call it? Bestow like something on the next 5 generations after you at least, right? Like that's like, I really think, because I mean, we're shit coiners. I mean, come on. Like my last show on Friday was the most viewed show of the fucking week. I was just talking about shit coins, like literally just shit coins, absolute dog shit, right? But we can make money on it short term. And it's like, yes, but at the same time, like crypto is so crazy on both sides because it's like, this is worthless trash. And then it's like literally the only thing that will make you survive and thrive for like literally generations of your family. Like, I don't know, crypto's fucking insane. It's like it's got BPD or something.
No, it's Xavian, this guy, only in America can you be a scumbag and famous. No, there's plenty of scumbags that are famous in Germany, in Russia.
Dude, most famous people are scumbags.
Scumbags, dog. Like they really are. Like you imagine if you're okay, let's just say you're you're a soccer player, right? Or a football player in Europe.
I mean, Ronaldo's got the GOAT status. I mean, you can't.
No, I'm saying but like it's just like even some underling guy in that team is dogging bitches out doing like fucking craziness.
Did you ever see fucking Ronaldo just like what do you call it? Not even acknowledge Dua Lipa. Like there was one time she thought she was like at the top of her world, right? Mm-hmm. And she was at some event where he was playing, right? And she like tried to dab him up after like he was coming off the field. He just like ignored the shit out of her. He was just like nothing.
It's hard to top that dude, right? It really is. Like him and Brady, like that's the American version, but like Brady and like there's certain guys on that level. I mean, I think someone had put it into when you watch the Olympics, what's the most impressive thing? It's usually like who's the fastest, because like it's like people are impressed with obviously if you're fast at swimming and stuff, but like a lot of people, like not everyone can swim, everyone can run.
Well, yeah, it's what you can understand, right? It's like what's the simplest human thing that we can all understand? We know it's hard to run fast. Like, you know, somehow hippos and buffaloes outpace us. That's a weird.
The hippos are just nothing but muscle. Full endomorph, fucking nothing but muscle and shit.
Do you know the most dangerous animal in all of Africa is the hippo?
Yeah, dude. It's
Kills the most people every year.
Super territorial. They fuck anything up. You get near crocodiles, snakes, anything. Like
random facts.
Random facts, you guys. But yeah, welcome to MOONGANG 187, man. Ethereum rising, man. I think we're starting to see the start. Obviously, we've been saying this for a while. At some point, it was going to flip towards Ethereum in terms of the purchases, but we're starting to have people starting to doom post Bitcoin Ethereum, Bitcoin ETF news. They're like, they're BlackRock selling again Bitcoin, and then they're trying to imply, the money's going towards Ethereum. I think some of it is, honestly. I think there's a bit of a rebalancing happening. Like we've said on the show many times, you buy Bitcoin, you're not going to get rich fast, but you're going to get rich for sure. And you're going to protect your capital. Over 8 years, you're going to be very happy you bought Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's done very well. If you bought Bitcoin during early 23, you bought it for like 15 grand. It's right now, $100,000 plus $110,000 right now. And you've done very well, almost damn near a 10x if you from low to low. But
before when I was saying, Da Vinci said that when Bitcoin was like $100, for a second I was like, maybe I have to clarify not 100,000, 100 actual dollars. Like I was like, should I clarify? Do people understand? Because like there's some people, there will be a very large amount of people that don't know Bitcoin under $100,000. We're already aging out. Like I know we're like 100 years old in crypto years. Like damn, this cycle's been like 2x the cost.
It was a bad year because look, I'm only 14. Look what it did to me.
14 years old?
Yeah, 14 years old. And look what I look like. For crying out.
Exactly, right? And so it's like, damn, like, no, I think what's happening right now actually is that, so Ethereum's the rotation play. Yeah. So what I noticed this weekend that was the weirdest thing about price action? What was happening to Bitcoin when Ethereum hit the new all-time high of, 48 and 4,900 or whatever, right? Bitcoin dropped from 115 or 16 down to 111. That's not normal.
Right.
Like now Ethereum is basically going to get capital flows, right? So I don't know, alt season coming around the corner, but no, I mean, it's a pretty big shift in this bull market when you notice that, because it's like, whales are selling Bitcoin to buy Ethereum. Like it's just clear. It's like super simple, right? It's like very, very clear. That's why I like crypto, is because it's like finance basics. Like if you understand crypto, you can basically it kind of teaches you, financial information, right?
Yeah, you have some big players coming in buying Ethereum now. Obviously, the biggest being Bitmine, but with Tom Lee, they're trying to acquire about 5% of the supply. They said before they start staking, I think they're going to start staking soon at some point, because they have 1.7 million. In order for them to have that 5% that they want, they need roughly about 6 million Ethereum. So they're they're pretty a couple million shy. That's a lot of purchasing, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they got up to 25 or 30 billion dollars that they can put in to that. So Ethereum terms or dollar terms, we'll see kind of what happens. But I mean, it's kind of a blessing for them, right? Wanting to buy that much Ethereum, that Ethereum is having trouble breaking out to new all-time highs. They can just buy so much more Ethereum while it's cheap.
Yeah, conspiracy theory time, but they're very secretive about how they do their purchases. I think a bunch of it's OTC, how they buy it mostly, but they are. I think what they're doing is they're promising to buy Ethereum under certain set prices in certain blocks. So if Ethereum drops, let's just say $300, they're willing to buy 15,000 Ethereum.
Right.
and then let it drop further. I think that's because they were trying to, like, I've seen multiple interviews. They're trying not to say how they purchased. They're just like, they're not market, but like Tom Lee was like saying like, aren't you moving the price? And he's like, we were not moving the price, which basically means like, yeah, they're basically buying OTC and they're just buying like tranches of it when it's going down anyway. So they're kind of waiting for a downwards like price movement to buy it up, or just kind of like some guy with a huge amount and the price is okay right now, so fuck it, let's do it, versus just open market buying. But the thing is that supply, once it's out of the market, it just makes it tighter and tighter and tighter. So then the regular DCAs start pushing the price up, basically.
Yeah. And then he creates his own narrative for Ethereum on Wall Street, which is fucking genius, right? And you know, he's kind of like, Saylor has power, but why does he say there's no second best? There's no second best, right? He gets worried when he starts seeing Tom Lee and all this shit happening. Like, I bet you Saylor's kind of like, fuck, he's stealing my thunder.
Yeah. I mean, I will say just if we're talking about, like, I don't know, if there were rappers as an example, like if they were rappers as an example.
East West Coast.
Yeah. East West, right? Well, and they're both East Coasters technically, really. Like, we're being for real. Like, but you know, Tupac went to the West Coast. but basically, if you look at them as sort of as rappers, I would definitely say Saylor has much more of a he's much more of a like melodic flow, but he's probably not as good as a battle rapper as an example as like a Tom Lee as an example. I know this is so
that's true. Actually, okay. So you know how our guys always tell us when we do the crypto mindset course enrollment period, they're like, bros, you got so much content coming out, I can't even keep up watching, right? The only person I've ever, East Side. No, the only time I've ever been out YouTubed is by Tom Lee. I'm like, bro, you have an interview like coming out like every like 5 minutes. What the fuck? Like, I literally could probably be watching Tom Lee for like days and still not watch all of his interviews. Like, the guy is a monster right now.
Why Tom Lee scares Saylor is that Tom Lee is much more interconnected and has much more access than Saylor does to the funds. And obviously, Saylor's been around a long time. I mean, since the 90s, right? I mean, but he burned some bridges when his company blew up, you know, in the .com boom and stuff. But that was kind of everybody. But like, he was getting headlines. He was like super over leveraging his company and stuff. But his company survived. He managed to build up like a stockhold of cash. We all know the story. And two, it pays to be like, well, what is that quote from that there's like a finance movie on the stock market crash, on the housing crash. There's a couple ways to win this game. Either you're the smartest, you're first, or you cheat. And I don't cheat, Charlie. So, and he was first. He was like, he put money in early into Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure privately Tom Lee owns Ethereum and Bitcoin, obviously, but like, he publicly put a lot of money into Bitcoin at a good price. His personal holdings on Bitcoin as Saylor are very good. But then he was like the guy to pioneer his company into Bitcoin, which is the first company to really do it at that scale. So you have to give Saylor his like OG status, and like, he's much more older company, but Tom has got huge connections to JP Morgan, and you know, the JP Morgan connection alone, and the like the amount of time, like, he's basically been like the market's starting to realize like he's been right about stocks for like the whole 2010s essentially, and up to now. Like, he's been like they did some like study of like which of these analysts have been most correct over the last couple, since like 2008 till now. It's been him basically,
right?
Which is insane.
He's been super bullish on Bitcoin for a very long time. I remember in 2017 seeing him be like the black sheep on CNBC, and everybody being like, Tom, you're fucking crazy. Anyways, moving on. And then like, he's been exactly right on Bitcoin the whole time. And then he shifts to Ethereum, which is interesting, right? But like, think about the companies and the people who are invested in Bitmine. Because, I mean, he was put there as a figurehead because, I mean, look at him versus Joseph Lubin, right?
Right.
Consensus, MetaMask, SharpLink, which is now the SBET, right? Who is more likely to get Wall Street's attention? Joseph Lubin, who's a co-founder of Ethereum and is a fucking like giant whale having a huge effect in crypto, right? versus Tom Lee, who's a nobody, but he's big on Wall Street. But like, who can actually get the narrative moving? It's actually Tom Lee, right? Yeah. Who's the more interesting person, basically, right? Tom Lee is just way more aggressive when it comes to that stuff. So I'm just like, damn, I kind of was surprised because like when I saw the SBET narrative come out, I'm like, okay, Ethereum's like really trying out here. But then I was like, okay, Joseph Lubin, is he going to be the next Michael Saylor or whatever? No. Tom Lee's just like, fucking hold my beer. Like,
and that's the versatility that Tom Lee has in interviews, is that like Saylor is a maximalist, truly. Now, obviously, he knows stock markets and he's been a CEO for a long time. But if I would say, if you at least seen his interviews for the last year and a half, Saylor has just, it's like, it literally is like.
Well, asset. Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto
asset. Like but he is like that. Like obviously, he starts slow and then he gets to that kind of craziness. Where like Tom Lee, he literally can spar with any of these. I think that's why his interviews are very interesting. Now, obviously, I listened to Saylor to be romanticized about Bitcoin and
yeah, that's the physics of Bitcoin, how the value gets stored in the digital, like
it's energy, and it's true though. It's
like he's absolutely right. Like he took all the best things from like the Bitcoiners and like actually like what do you call it, fleshed it out. But it's like it is ridiculous when you think about it.
Tops in, you guys. That's it. Ashy Larry.
All right, I Hike and Ashy Larry. I mean, I love the name, but all right, I'll do the calculations here. What price? A 70% drop from 124 and some change would be what price, Miguel?
In the 30s, like 34, 37.
Probably.
All right.
It would be a $36,000 Bitcoin. So yeah, I think I did a video in 2023 that I said like, what do you call it? We're never going to go below $30,000 Bitcoin ever again. And people thought I was crazy. Not crazy, but the people were like, what do you call it? Like, oh yeah, sure. I think there was literally maybe it was 25K. It was either 30 or 25K. But all I remember was I was right, except for like 5 days. Like one of the cycle lows like beat me by like a few dollars. I'm like, fuck, it kind of pissed me off. But like essentially, right? Like we never are gonna go back to those prices again. So like the fact that we're not even at the top of the market, and if we were to dump 70%, we're still not getting to those prices. Like, what price would you say that's going to be for the next 4 years? Like, yeah, I have a couple guesses, but
like the Bitcoin low.
Yeah, so like where it's never going to go below again. Like after maybe we have like 6 more months underneath this price ever, in the second half of next year.
And I'm stretching the low here. Probably like it won't go lower than 900 billion market cap, which is like probably it probably will not go below $50,000 per Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, no, that's
and that's on the way down. And that's on the way
down.
You
could actually do reverse math on that, right? Like let's do reverse moon math. So reverse moon math. If it were to go down 70% and hold above $50,000 or $55,000 Bitcoin, basically where Germany sold. Right? Like
that would be cool if they bought back. They're like, we fucked up. We're buying our Bitcoin back.
Germany's fucked. Like
I know they're pretty
unfortunate, but hey. So $54,000 Bitcoin, that would put the high at $182,000. I think that's reasonable.
That's reasonable. That's not out of the realm of possibility. That seems about right.
Bet with GG, but hey.
We need to go higher. We need to go higher. But yeah, and the thing that's like, and the big news. What's the big news today? Trump just fired one of the governors now. So let's see if I got the post here real quick. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Lisa Cook just got cooked. She has been fired, and now Trump can appoint somebody that's basically in the Trump camp, which means cut lower rates. We're very good. It's very likely over the next 6 months that Jerome's going to step down and then be replaced by another Trump-appointed governor.
Do you think it's possible he cuts rates? What do you call it, from September, right? And he saves his job, or do you think he's too far gone?
I think it's too far gone now. Yeah, because I mean his reputation has been. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on him. I mean, I think if we look at his thing, like he did an incredible. He came into the Fed, did an incredible job, got us a soft landing from COVID, right? Because COVID was not the Fed's made, like they did not create COVID. That was a government sort of like side, and obviously the Fed is banks at the end of the day. They are banks, but the Fed did not cause it. They reacted to it, trying to just basically slow down the bleed.
They took advantage of it.
Yeah, they took advantage of it. I think certain people in certain banks obviously did know what was coming, and they did. The reason I really believe COVID happened was they needed a way to print money to hold up the banks on the commercial property side.
Yep.
And we saw the first cracks of that when we had the whole Silicon Valley Bank sort of stuff. But even before that,
well, Miguel, people are dying. Yeah. It's not about money, Miguel. Like you should, hole up in your house for a whole year or two, right? Quit your job, like get some side hustle shit going on, work 5 or 10 jobs, right? But like, no, bro, it's about life. Like, what do you call, like, you got to take the jab, bro. Like, just do it. But like, that's literally what the narrative was. That
no, it was a crazy narrative, but they needed to push it because they could not afford, like they couldn't. So the one that everybody talks about, which is because we're millennials, right? We're like, we talk about it. So because millennials talk about it, it's not being forgotten on the internet because we were like the majority of people using the internet right now, even more than Xers or boomers or Zoomers really, is that 2008 affected us a lot. The housing crisis affected us because we were coming out of high school or we were in college or just graduated. It was like a whole spectrum right there of like most of us working age millennials that we are today were like in high school, graduating high school, in college, graduating college, or trying to enter the workforce. That kind of like almost 10-year zone right there of like that beginning of our life. And then we come into shit, basically. And that's why we can't forget it. So it's kind of stuck in the zeitgeist of that. And then on top of that, crypto was basically created because of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's created because of the bailouts that happened for the banks. Yep. Yep. So we're not forgetting about it. So they couldn't afford to cause another financial crisis. Sure, it's not going to be a housing crisis, but it's going to be a financial crisis. And they knew they were going to get regulated this time if it did happen. So they were like, we need to find some. We can't cook up a war right now and print enough money from that. Shit, what do? We need something. So they leaned into this plan.
We can't kill people overtly, but we can do it
overtly.
We can do it like China, like just a little covert. But no,
it's so crazy at the time because I remember going to Puerto Rico and it was like Nazi Germany, dog. I mean, it's like the amount.
The whole world was, bro. You know what it reminded me of? I studied a lot of Japanese history just because, when I was living there and everything, right? Super interesting stuff. Like, funniest thing was the time I got a book from one of my students and I opened up the book. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I opened up the book. The first chapter is How to Kill a Foreigner. Not even joking. It was this whole like 2 pages from a samurai from like 1870 who'd basically gutted a British guy. And he just explained how glorious it was and the knife going through his abdomen. It was just beautiful, right?
Charlie, we should have done is took a highlighter and then actually like then rewrote in the sides right there how this isn't going to work on you, man. You're bitch made, and then return the book back to the student and let him read it.
No, he was honestly one of the nicest guys I ever had as any of my students. Like out of the thousands of students that I had, like he legit like was pretty cool. But yeah,
keep your enemies close, and keep your enemies real close. Charlie is what he said.
I think that's what's happening. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was like, how did I get on that subject? No.
But yeah, so like they needed to fabricate something to print money. It was to print money, right? Because now it's a health crisis. It's a global pandemic. It is not a financial. Sure, but the financial crisis was started because of this. We shut down the economy. That's why. And then from there, you take advantage of it or wherever you could, basically. From there,
No, I was like, I got lost in the sauce on that one. But no, like, what do you call it? The thing that it reminded me of absolutely was if you go back to feudal Japan, right? Like, you watched Shogun, right?
Yes.
Like, that shit legitimately all happened, right? And if you go back and watch all that, what was the one way they controlled all the feudal states in a basically country that was just used to civil war for thousands of years?
Oh, held the families hostage?
Yeah, well, they made it by class. You had to have a passport to get from one prefecture to another. So you're a merchant. okay, you need to get between Osaka and Tokyo, which is like, you know, a third of the country, basically you have to go between. Okay, you can take the Tokaido line, but the only other people who can take that are like literally, what do you call it? Like Ieyasu, who's, you know, like the, what do you call it? The guy who united Japan, and like all these like super like high class people, right? But all the normies, you got to stay in your prefecture. But if you get this passport and you follow our rule and you do a couple of things, you jump through a few hoops, right? You can travel. But like the whole world, basically they took feudal Japan during the pandemic and they, what do you call it? Did that over the whole world. You know, they started basically restricting. The only people who were willing to travel were either people who, what do you call it, could afford it, which was probably the main thing. And the elites would get around it with governments, right? And then like if you couldn't afford it or like it was too much out of your way and all that stuff, you basically got stuck in your feudal state. And like during that whole time when I was like thinking about like all the stuff there, I'm like, they're trying to test the world, right? To figure out like how much can we control, you know, like an open society. Like it was kind of insane. But what do you call it? I think, you know, if you're looking at it from like the Bank of International Settlements and all this stuff and how it affects crypto and everything, it just makes you want to buy Bitcoin more. Because like if you listen to Richard Werner, the guy who did the Princes of the Yen, and like he usually comes out with like an interview once every 6 months, but probably the most interesting interview I've seen on YouTube was in the summer of 21. He was on Real Vision, Raul Paul's thing or whatever. He basically said the exact same thing we're saying now, which was super controversial back then, but not so much now, right? Which is, you know, it was a whole thing fabricated to control people and try to control the money supply. Right. But we know there's a few central bank digital currencies and stuff coming out now too in the next year. So that problem's not going to get any better.
No.
And if you listen to Richard Werner, some of his recent interviews, I recommend people go and watch them on YouTube. Oh, no, he's like, no, you got to watch your shit on the central bank digital currencies because like there's a lot of fucking weird shit going on. But no, the elites don't want any of us to have money. I mean, I know it sounds great. If I start going into that kind of like rant or whatever, I know to most people, they're like, bro, like don't channel your inner Robert Kiyosaki. Like it's going to be fine. But like, there's absolutely like it's kind of like that frog boiling in water thing, you know, like you don't know it's happening until you're done. And anybody who doesn't have Bitcoin or Ethereum basically in the next I would say 5 years is, I mean, financially they're going to be, you know, the lesser class just because by default.
Yeah, and this is why, like, now, depending on how you look at the world, right? You mean either you're kind of a glass half full, glass half empty, regardless or not, right? Let's just say you're glass half empty. You best get in crypto. You best get your bag. That way, your cage is the nicest, or you have the ability to leave your cage when you want.
Exactly.
Right? You still have to live in the cage, but you may choose the cage or what cage holds you, basically. Where other people, they have no choice.
The golden handcuffs as opposed to fucking just being shackled.
Correct. And then you're right. Like, I mean, I remember me and you talking about that. Imagine like we have to have a special pass, like a press pass, and then we could travel like, and like they'll give it out easy in the beginning, and then it's going to be like, wow, you have one of those rare Pokemon cards. Holy crap, you can travel. Yeah, I've been an OG YouTuber for a long time. I got that old contract.
And you can afford it on top of that.
On top of that, yeah.
I like literally when I'm saying this stuff, I'm like, it legit sounds conspiracy theorist crazy shit. But this is like you said, going back to 2009, right, when Bitcoin came out, it is the reason, you know, the financial crises and everything is the reason why Bitcoin was created. And I think people forget how much money has been printed since 2021. It is astronomical. And like every time you go back through all of history, anytime we've done what we've done this decade to money, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Like absolutely fucked. Like there's no coming, like you can band-aid it for a while, which that's the one thing I'm like kind of why I like what Trump's doing so much with crypto is, and I think a lot of people are like worried about him enriching himself. I'm like, good. He should enrich himself while he builds up this whole system, because what is he actually doing? He's essentially backing up the dollar with Bitcoin without actually backing it up with Bitcoin, right? Because if the US is the crypto capital of the world, whatever changes with the financial system, the US can basically band-aid and mend up the dollar and all the fucking crazy money printing we've been doing. But without Bitcoin, the dollar is going to be fucked way faster.
Yeah.
And like, obviously it's going to still be the best currency in the world. But like, yeah, when it comes to like, if you're like thinking about like financial Armageddon, right? Like, it's smart that Trump's using Bitcoin and for the United States to make the United States prosper more. But like, it's kind of shocking to me how simple it is, but most people don't understand it. And when we talk about it, like on our show, obviously people won't understand what we're talking about. But like, if there's like new people watching or whatever, they're like, oh, these guys are a little bit crackpots.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Charlie, they say there's only two types of people, Charlie. The people that go to the casino or don't go to the casino.
You've got women and faggots on one side, and you got real niggas on the other. Real niggas. Real men, real guys with real balls. That's the difference.
Correct. Didn't fucking Tate make like 700,000 on shorting the Yeezy coin when it came out or some bullshit like that?
No, he lost 700,000.
Oh, I thought he made.
Nope. Like from what I've read, he lost money on the trade, but like they're following the one wallet they think it's his on like Hyperliquid. He lost money on Hyperliquid from what I heard, but it could be wrong. I'm not really tracking it really.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't play around in the Hyperliquid zone and shit, but it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, like look, so obviously Ethereum rising a lot like it's just become more of it's kind of a contrarian play. It's lower in market cap. It can go up. It pays a yield. I mean, you guys have heard us say all this stuff before, but like TradFi is really jumping in now. And a reason is some people in TradFi feel like they missed the Bitcoin train. Obviously they haven't really, but like there is more X's in Ethereum right now than Bitcoin in this current cycle that we're in right now. I'm not talking about long-term, like someone asked, like, Miguel, Charlie, what do you think in 10 years Bitcoin's price is going to be? Probably 1.8 million because we're not at the all-time highs. It could be even higher than that, but it could be 1.8 to 3 or 4 million, depending on the timeline we're in. Really depends.
Yeah, let's say in the 2030s, it averages, like you said, 1.8 million. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of money. I think I did the math once on like, let's just say the real like inflation versus real inflation. Let's just say you are losing, like, I hate to say the number 10%. Let's just say you're losing 10% purchasing power on that, and then you go and it multiplies and you make this money. You end up still ending. I think I did the math on it. It was like you still ended up with like 7 times more money in purchasing power protected today. Now, obviously, there's no way to really like guesstimate the real high because it's like it's there at like 1.5 million. But imagine it went to like $5 million on Bitcoin. Then you even you not just protect your purchasing power, you increased it and really increased it, right? But you also weakened what a dollar means. Like it's that classic thing of like, I only need $1 million to retire. I need 3. I need 5. I need 15. I need 20. And that number's it's a moving target. This is why like people in the FIRE movement are like in disarray because like that I think me and you have talked about that like before about like the FIRE movement. It's like this really popular movement that started during the beginning of the podcasting zone in the finance space where like it's this entire movement where people save a lot of their income and dump it all into either it's basically like do your own sort of like pension fund essentially DIY where like guys who make decent money $100,000 to $200,000 at the time, kind of engineers and people who work at Wall Street or people in finance that make decent incomes or higher would dump like half their income or more into the mutual funds or ETFs, and then over a certain period of time they quit their job and they just become like digital nomads, and that's kind of where that whole digital nomad thing started. But the problem is that when these guys started it, the stock market was at all-time lows, and from like let's say 2011 safely. Obviously, it bottomed sooner than that, but 2011 onwards, when like the podcasting stuff really took off, we've had a 12% return on the S&P 500 every year for damn near 14 years. Like literally, like it's been nothing but an up. Sure, some dips, but those dips always like it's literally V-shaped recoveries, damn near every time. Even the COVID crash, with 6 months, it was already kind of back already to where it was, and then we made new all-time highs in 21, which is crazy. So it's like
the COVID crash was probably one of the most fun Like it was terrifying and fun at the same time in terms of watching the price chart. Like you're just like, it was like we're so back was the vibe.
but the reason I brought it up is because the current version of it, right, is like the FIFU or fire movement, right? Is that there's like they've turned from red pill, like sort of dreamers of like we can do it, and they did do it, and they did do it, right? Because these guys are like older millennials and younger Zoomers, younger Xers.
Okay.
Younger Xers to like older millennials. These are people like the oldest millennials are in their 40s right now. They did it, and actually, they're living good, and their portfolio keeps outgrowing their spending, so they're just basically retired and doing whatever they want, face painting and doing whatever the fuck they Burning Man. But what's happening now is that the new fire movement, they're having a come to Jesus moment, and they're having they've turned into black pillars. Where like, here's the meme: you just joined the fire movement. Here's the truth: save 50% of your income for 15 years, and you're free. Tears in their eyes. And that's the kicking and screaming, because it still can be done, but there's tremendous sacrifice to do it, as well as is that you do that, and is that the lifestyle you want too? Because they're it's protected because it is outgrowing inflation, and it is growing with the equities market, and the equities market is like the best way to like the normal people, unless you have skills like social media or you're able to use AI to actually increase your net worth or your business, you're going to lose ground to AI. Yep. But if you're highly invested in stock market, we're about to go into another bull run in stocks again, because the efficiencies that are being created by AI is going to go and translate into stock market price increase and crypto price increase, because crypto is its own. I think crypto is its own revolution before AI, and people could say, yeah, AI existed before crypto. Okay, sure, but like,
well, so here's the difference, right? If I go quantum computing, AI, and crypto, crypto is the printing press. It's Martin Luther putting up the fuck you to the Catholic Church. That's what Bitcoin is, right? But that's now it's to the kings and the dictators and the central banks and all that, right? So it's a big FU to all that shit, which is cool, but it's not as cool as the wheel and fire, right? Like basically like AI is like the wheel. It's a super important technology. It's kind of a bedrock, right, of what's going to happen over the next few hundred years. And then you have fire, which is a core technology, which is quantum, which is going to be really, really hard. But like you got all three of those happening at the same time within like a one lifetime period. If you can understand that and harness that at some level, you will make a shit ton of money. Woo. I mean,
great balls of fire.
The Industrial Revolution, man, right? Buy railroads, fucking play Monopoly, right? Like basically like, get your boardwalk and shit, but like everybody has that opportunity now. Like the one thing that I think is really cool about our generation is like, because when we were born at the end of the analog age, just after all the fucking jaded Xers, right? And then
I don't even know what they're jaded for. Like, I don't like they had a chance.
The 70s. They're just jaded from the 70s.
From the 70s, yeah.
Vietnam, debasement of money. I mean, come on. Like, I get it. Like,
but a good chunk of them didn't go to Vietnam. They just lived. They just got the
no. All their parents did.
All their parents did. But like the late 70s were cool. The 80s they got to live through the 80s, which is incredible. In the 90s,
no, the Xers had the fucking one of the sweet spots. Like they're good.
Yeah. Like there's no diss on Cappy, but like Cappy's like the quintessential Xer in my brain, the Xer boomer in my brain. But then they're mad for no reason. But like he's been right. But then if you look at Cappy has been saying stuff that's barely being said now for years. Like his books, like, oh my god, like without Cappy, I would have never been in the red pill without Cappy. Like I found him, then found Rolo, and found like the whole red pill, and I was like, wow, this is so crazy. Because like my entire red pill knowledge would have just ended with like the game, which I read while I was in high school, but then I couldn't find any more information, and I was like, well, I guess that's it, basically.
I mean, Cappy should have just been listening to Da Vinci if he really wanted to be a financial expert.
Oh, Da Vinci.
Right? Like,
he's changed his tune though. He does
like. Oh no.
Yeah.
It was me and you who finally opened his eyes to it. When the first time we brought crypto to the red pill, it's like bringing fire to like a group of people in caves, right? Like or the printing press or whatever, right? Like he was like, no. And I'm like, I literally told him at the time, I was like, I read one, like I didn't really know too much about him, right? And I was going to do an interview with him. And so like I read up on some of his blogs and stuff. And he talked about when he was young, how he, wouldn't get loans from banks on different trades he wanted to do. But then at the end of the day, he ended up being right and made some good money on it, right? I'm like, you realize like you're the banker now, right? Like the guy that you basically thought was holding you back. And I'm like, that's crypto.
Yeah.
And like, he didn't quite understand that the first time I tried to explain it to him. But then Bitcoin turned to 100K, right? And 10K. And like, you just can't deny it anymore. But like, yeah, there's a lot of people who are really smart about money. And then when they first see crypto, the first reaction is usually negative. Like I remember my first reaction to Bitcoin was, it's too technical. There's no way I will be able to actually do it very well. It's for engineers. Like that was literally in 2012. That was my first reaction to crypto, right? And then I didn't do it. I didn't hear about it or do anything about it again for 5 years. But can you imagine with my fucking English teacher salary, how much Bitcoin I could have gotten back then?
It's a lot of Satoshis. It's a lot of Satoshis.
Angry old man, fists in the sky.
Yeah. What were we talking about just before this?
Cappy.
No, before that.
The red pill, how you got into the red pill through Cappy.
Yeah, the red pill, the Cappy and stuff and everything like that. But like just to go with that, like time moves on. I mean, just like this is why it's so important to like listen to the shows and stuff, because like you never know, you might get inspired to do something that you cause like a crazy sort of like a butterfly effect in a way where it's like, wow, like you don't know like where things will lead off.
Dude,
You know,
one of the guys in the chat, I'm not going to name names today, but he's got fucking 800 ETH by watching us for one cycle. I'm like, respect. That's some good shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. We're doing the Lord's work.
No. Oh yeah, we were talking about Tom Lee and rapping. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just to go back to that little tidbit right there. But like, yeah, Tom Lee is just much more. I think he's a much better interviewer for more of the average like economic show, because like the one thing like a lot of the interviews that Tom Lee's been in, or any of the crypto, like if you look at any of the major like financial channels, unless the co-hosts have been very pro crypto the entire time, pretty much all their boomer and extra audiences are complaining about crypto guests the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like, because most of them feel like, and this is what even they're like, I think that this was said on the Compound, this was said on very early on during the All In podcast, but then they kind of like release at the area into like, that's not the problem. There's a couple other podcasts as well, especially some of the like Dave Ramsey shows, or there's like the Money Guy shows and stuff. There's a bunch of these other like YouTube channel. I don't want to say all the names, but there's a ton of them where like they're really big, 200,000-300,000 subscribers to 1 million subscriber channels, and majority of their people fucking hate it because they stuck to their plan, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of them feel basically like they missed it. Is like what's really the underlying current. It's like, fuck, it's so expensive. Like when I should have been listening, it's dirt cheap, and now there's no chance. I don't believe, that's how a lot of them feel about it and stuff. But like,
Rich Cooper better be fucking thanking his lucky stars that we gave him ETH at $600. I remember.
It pays to be in the CMC, sir. It pays to be in the CMC.
It's crazy. Not only pays to be in the CMC, it pays to be a CMC affiliate. Like, good God, like $600 ETH, bro. Like, he was like, I remember, like, Rich Cooper is cool. I like him a lot, but whatever. But like, what do you call it? No, like he was like, I want to be paid in ETH, and I was like, I like this, respect it. And like ETH, like what do you call it? Doubled or tripled at least from that time. Well, no, from 600 to 5,000 or just under. So what's that, like a 9x?
Yeah.
I mean, like smart, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wish Rich Cooper was more pro crypto, but like I don't know, he's just taking a very weird stance lately. I don't know what's going on, but
yeah, no, I think he's just like 50-50. It's like,
yeah,
there's a lot of people when they see crypto, at first they're like, oh, I don't like that. You know, there's too much shit going on. And then like once they're warmed up to it, it's like that guy we saw at the craps table. He was like, he's a dealer and like makes not that much money, but he's saving all of his money in Bitcoin. He's like, I buy nothing else.
Yeah.
Bitcoin maxi. But I'm like, yeah, it's a slow roll at this point for a guy like that, but he is going to make his goals. Like,
yes.
You know, but there's like people like that who just like, yes, I can accept the first one or two, but then everything after that's the devil, Miguel.
Yeah. Here's the problem, you guys, and I'll tell you. And this is not a shot at Richard Cooper or anybody else, but like this is just what ends up why it's very difficult to stream with us sometimes. Not that we're good people to be around.
I mean, we're the easiest fucking people to deal with ever.
Yeah. What happens is people are very status minded, and sometimes it's not that we're saying anything bad or we're right about a lot of things we say, but the problem is that they look at like what's hot. Like people are very clout based, if I'm being completely honest. So when crypto's like me and Charlie could have said everything right. We told all our guys to sell at relative to close to the top. We got out. Woo! We're waiting for the bottom, and then but the news is crypto's lame and dumb, and it crashed like we told you guys. You see, crypto finally crashed, and then here comes Miguel and Charlie. Hey, you guys, like, what's up? And then it's like, well, you guys, I'll have you on the show, but right now you're just not hot right now.
They're like, they're like, you know, you kind of had your time in that sun that 6 months, but you're like kind of retarded. So just like come over and sit in this corner. Like they literally look at crypto people like, because it's like what we're right for like 9 months, once every 4 years.
Yeah, but it's never but that's not true. But yeah, in a way, like
I mean, that's how they view it, though. That's what I'm saying, right?
Like and I can prove it too. Me and Charlie could be the biggest pieces of shit. And let's say the crypto market was like the stock market, right? Like the stock market. Me and Charlie were the biggest pieces of shit ever, right?
Sharks,
but because the stock market keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter, they would just have us keep coming on because they're like, oh, these are the biggest guys I know, and their clout keeps growing. So Miguel and Charlie come on the show, and we're big fucking assholes. That's a big thing I learned a lot about in the clout game. That like it just took me forever to get used to. It was almost like a circus. Like I explained it to so many people like a circus. Yeah. Like it was such a game.
Yeah, no, there's some people who only get attention through negative clout. Basically, they just attack people.
Yeah,
you know, to like grow their clout. It's like the most pussyfoot way to do it, I think. But there's a lot of people that like that's what they do. Like it's just like rage baiting. Like it's like, but are you really going to get like why do you do social media? Is the question I want to ask most people, right? And like the one crazy answer I get is not it's business, right? It's literally clout chasing. And I'm like, to be honest, at some level it's kind of pathetic, right? I mean, I get it too, but like, yeah, like it like isn't the point to like monetize your social media and actually help people and like do shit, like not just like I want to feel important. Like it's so weird to me but I would say 90% of social media people are like that, which kind of shocked me a little bit, you know, because I'm like, damn, you guys could do way better. And like, especially a lot of people in crypto too, because they take deals from these companies, you know, for free money and then they just like shill the fucking stupid as shit, right? Because they can't have their own opinion because they get paid off like a NASCAR thing, you know? And I'm just like, damn, there's so many people in crypto that could have been way more successful, but they also couldn't stand this market more than one cycle because it was too volatile for them. And, you know, like they puke up their guts. Right. And like, but I'm just like, damn, there's so many people in this industry that just could have done way better, but they just, you know, too short-sighted.
Yeah, it's too short-sighted, or like the big one in our industry is just launching a meme coin and then just extract and leave, basically. Like a huge one is
the extraction. That's fucking real. Yeah.
When celebrities, I think if a celebrity actually really tried hard, it would do well. But the thing is like they don't want to try hard. They're looking for a quick check, and they don't understand their market. They're literally it's like they're literally giving away. It's like a rapper signing a really bad deal. They get the cash in front, and they're signing a horrible deal where they destroyed their reputation in the crypto game, not in the rap game. But like they had, any rapper launches a coin, it's going to lose, and because now it's.
So you're telling me Akon City is not happening in Africa?
It's not happening.
I thought that was a lock.
Apparently, he's getting sued by the country now.
Oh.
Angola, right? I think it's Angola that's suing him.
Yeah, no, that's dude, fucking hilarious.
Not too great, you guys. But
don't scam an entire country. Check.
No, this is too difficult, Charlie. I don't know about this, man. So someone's asking here, man, when's the next meetup? Right now we're playing around with the dates. We every year we do an official crypto mindset meetup. We did one earlier in January this year. We are maybe planning. We might do like a very small event or a kind of maybe like a day and a half or 2 day event, possibly at the end of the year. But we're not going to do it yet. So we'd announce it probably after the next CMC or something if we're going to do it. And then at the end of the year, we'll give you guys a good head start in terms of when we're planning to do the actual official crypto mindset meetup for 26, basically. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm always looking forward. Like we always have a good time with everybody at the meetups. Like, yeah, everybody's just cool and having a good ass time. And like, yeah, I mean, it's like right now when I'm thinking about where is going to be the peak of this cycle, right? Like, where are we all gonna like just be like, okay, we don't care about money right now. We're just gonna like just have a great weekend or whatever, you know? I don't know. It kind of feels like January. Just if I'm gonna ballpark it here, you know, I don't know, but we'll see.
Those in the chat, Bitcoin strippers. The problem is it takes 10 minutes. That's funny. Oh, we have some super chats real quick. We have Jose here. Pay the cost to be the boss. That's right. We paid the cost to be the boss. That's right. 2Geo, off topic. Do you guys have any recommendations on any high income jobs for someone that doesn't want to take the college route?
Yeah. Oh, we have a few. Like, okay, you go. Which route do you want to take? I'll take the other.
I'll probably do it because I'm in the blue collar and stuff. Like,
yeah, I was gonna go with that, but I didn't want to force it on you. I was like, okay, I'll let you choose which one you want to take there.
Sure. I would probably say get into welding. Welding is really good. Plumbing's another great one as well. You can apprentice. There's much more of a system to be an apprentice for a plumber than there is for most of the other industries. It's harder. Electrician as well, but like the gay jokes don't stop. Everyone at the job site. Oh yeah, they if you're the electrician at the job site at a construction shop, you're the fucking faggot.
You're just jealous that guy makes more money than them. Is that
yeah, pretty much. And then like they also get mad at that. Like basically when they put on all the electric like housing and fixings, they leave all the trash on the floor and they just leave.
Right.
There's all that classic stuff. So there's always some big jokes on the electricians, but they make bank. There is danger to it, of course. You can kill yourself, of course, right? Plumbing's really good. Welding, if you can mix welding with other stuff or location based, like if you learn welding, you can work in the oil fields. You can work in private jobs. Especially if you learn how to really be a good welder, and there's some big money jobs out there. I know guys really quickly that like within 2 years of like welding and stuff, trucks paid off, have all their tools. You can even like if you don't want to work those big jobs because you want to stay close to family, you can just end up being sort of like a handyman welder and stuff like that. And I knew a ton of them in the field that just went to all these properties and houses, $800, $1,000 jobs, did it. Let's go next job, just traveling. And they just kind of ran on their own schedule, really. Kind of more.
Out of all the consultations I've done, the person who was in the best position was this 23-year-old kid. His job in Texas was literally to drive a truck of oil from one refinery to the other all day. Like he's just driving, but not very far. And I'm like, and then he's just getting paid bank. I'm just like, 6 figures plus when you're, like under 25. I'm like, this kid's going to have a lot of Bitcoin.
I mean, go look at the show Landman. Now, obviously, they're dramatizing parts of it, but it's a very hard job. Pays very, very, very well. And if you can sacrifice a bit of your youth and stuff, and I don't mean
live around, yeah.
So like that's why like if you're a service person that can like service those places and go back home and stuff or work in, it's sort of like there's that job and there's also fisherman jobs where like it's a very hard job, very very demanding job, but you have a ton of time off as well. Like there's like a fishing season, you're living on the boat, your cost is low, you come back, you've got like 80,000 to 100 grand in cash, and then
remember Zach from Celsius.
All right, Charlie. Yes, I do.
I'm just laughing thinking about it. But yeah, If you guys want a doozy of an interview, go on MOONGANG, like episode what? We're on 187. It's probably like episode 30 or something.
What jobs do you recommend with a business degree? The same thing. Like really, the business degree. I mean, you can't really get much jobs with that degree, but it helps you start a business. Good, you know.
A business degree is almost worse than an English degree, I think. Like,
really,
I'm not even joking. Like, what do you call it? So I was a creative writing major, right? A bachelor of fine arts in creative writing, and like when I was a tutor at the what do you call it? Like the place where they teach you how to write or whatever. And like I've met some really interesting people, but like, what do you call it? I did the whole business schools, like essays and stuff. Dog shit, bro. I'm like, are these people like half retarded? Like, I know they're not, but like, damn, bro. Like they couldn't fucking string a sentence together. I was like,
damn, bro.
The only people that I met that were worse in my entire college career was Californians usually. But like that was when I was little.
Well, we're beach bros, dog. I mean, actually, there's two types of California. I mean, there's really like a couple type of Californians. There's the beach town Californians. Then you got the LA guys, and then you got whatever the fuck's near Bakersfield.
Oh, your public schools failed you guys. You got lucky, like most Californians.
No, I was really telling this story today, like to like some family. Like I owe a lot to. I shouldn't say her name, but you know, I had a 3rd and 4th grade teacher that she took the time to really like. I was like the public school was completely failing me. This teacher really took time out of her life to help me learn how to like actually like spell and write. Because if she didn't do it, I would have been so fucked, dude.
Dude, I had the same thing. I had my teacher, Sister Claire. She was the only nun in my Catholic school, or whatever. And no, she was one of those teachers that like you were like, shit, she might bring out the paddle, like, you know. But like, because she was like very old school. But yeah, no, like. I think that was the only reason why English became my best subject is because like she like forced tutored me. I'm like, because like she was like, oh, here's this poor public school student.
Yeah, I mean, schooling's about to radically change. Like, I actually had this argument. I shouldn't say argument because I won, but
it's not an argument if you're fucking dominated.
I mean, I fucking dominated and shit. So like, you shouldn't let your kid use a tablet. Like, bitch, your fucking kid's gonna be doing work with tablets anyway. Like, there's no escaping it, dude. Like, you can't even get your phone out of your fucking hand. Stop it. It's not reading. Look, reading Rainbow was true for a bit, right? But it's sort of like Matilda. Why are you reading for? Everything you want to learn is you can watch it on TV faster. Which is now it's like everything you want to learn about the world's on your phone, but you know, and faster. It's true. Like everything's on your phone. You have to teach them to have the imagination of learning and wanting to learn. Interesting. That sparking the imagination is your job as a parent in today's era, because imagination is going to be the most valuable thing that they have. You have to if you have a person that like they're so into a subject, that's what they're going to excel into.
Right.
Because they care about it. You can't like, bro, like, I mean, no one's reading books anymore. They're listening to them, or maybe they're watching them, or they're using an AI. There is some guy.
It's kind of like we're going backwards but forwards. It's like technology went forward, but like we want to be like the simple person in the tribe that's just like, just tell it to me, bro. You know,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. As a person who read books, I read books, and I even did contests in school about how many books I can read and book summaries in order to get points to be on the status thing here to get all these prizes.
Trying to read, you know, fucking Dostoevsky in college. I had a Dostoevsky and Charles Dickens class. It was great, but
Charles Dickens is not bad.
It's like 900, 1,200 pages per fucking book. Like I'm just like,
if I have to read Anne Frank's diary one more time, no.
Man, she wasn't as cool as everybody thought.
Reading books in Spanish doesn't count. I did not, bro. Absolutely.
But yeah, no. So like, I mean, like leaning into it. So that's kind of a good transition. Like leaning it into the white collar side, right?
Yeah.
Of like what's a good career and everything. Blah 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 blah. So like, what do you call it? Like you said, the most important thing is like creativity.
Yes.
And kind of data entry. If you're looking at it from an AI point of view, but smart data entry basically. So like the thing that will never be replaced by machines is human to human interaction. So the thing that ultimately people will be the ones who drive the economy, because robots aren't going to eat hamburgers, right? So like generally speaking, we're the ones that are going to push forward the economy, money, and all that stuff. So if you are really good at communicating with people, even like it doesn't have to be like great off the bat, but basically if you can convince people of your point and like have creativity and all this stuff, right? Then you will succeed. What two jobs in corporate fit that description the best in terms of being future proof? To me, it's sales and marketing. And sales and marketing people are kind of trash because like they think they're better than sales. Right. And like they do technically bring in more leads and have a bigger effect, but like they can't close. Like they can't have the coffee, bro. Like fucking entire marketing department, no coffee this week. Right? Coffee's for closers, right? But like it's at the end of the day, if you want the easiest jobs to kind of get into as a white collar person, have the most effect on people, right? And convincing people, making business and all that stuff, is like it's sales and marketing 100%, but sales is the driver. So like how many CEOs are not salespeople? It's like the 80-20 principle. 80% of all CEOs, right, are salespeople basically. So if you can master sales and keep up with current technology, you will never be poor. And you can do sales. Like what you were doing with landscaping was sales, right? You were building your own business. And this is why, like when we first started talking, right? Like I was helping a lot of corporations in Japan, like hire and stuff or whatever. And you were building your own business. And we kind of like brought that together, right? And like that's where like it all kind of intersects, is basically like if you can basically build a pipeline of value that you are what do you call it, servicing. Like it's super simple. It's like, what do you call it, in Minnesota, people are just like, you just go and do good business and give people more than what you take from them. Rocket science, right? If you do that in any form, whether it's from landscaping to, you know, being a software salesperson in a company or something, right? Like as long as you are providing more value to people than what you extract from, you know, doing good business, you will always be rich, no matter what industry you're in. So like it's that simple, but most people don't want to work hard.
No. And they're scared too. And that's I think now you're right. Some people naturally are more closed off. They are more shy, but you have to build up, at least if you have a child, but if you're already someone over the age of 18, you're going to have to come out of your shell.
Take a speech class, like go to a college, community college or something, and take a speech class for a quarter. Like that's all it takes. Oh, am I frozen? Am I frozen?
You have to understand a lot of the most outgoing people I know. Yeah.
Am I frozen or are you frozen? Huh. Oh, some people, I guess somehow you must have got throttled just now or something on your internet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, same on my side too, chat. I thought it was me, but I wasn't sure. But like, damn, he looks comfy. Oh shit. And we're live. I wish I could share a screen, but I think he has to approve my share screen. Let me see here. So I would just go straight into Bitcoin price. Maybe I can. I might have got the keys to the castle. What do you call it? Oh, there we go. He's back. I am the captain now. You good?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you, but I guess I'm lagging out somehow. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're just taking profits on nobody, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, right. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, I'll jump into the chart, and yeah, we'll go in there. We do it live. All right. Oh no, he does have to approve it to be basically for me to be able to show the chart, and yeah. So I guess I can't do that. So what do you call it? Wheel Ken with the $2 super chat says, just using this to fix the stream, Pulse X to a penny. 10% of a penny. How about that? We'll go there. Just take the chart and put it in front of the camera. We could do that too. Oh, what's that? No, yeah, California being California, that's all it is. Yeah. Let's see. Pay the cost to be the boss was the first super chat. Next super chat. Okay, we already got. Oh, I think Boogie had the next super chat, but Miguel probably will show it later. But what do you call it? His question was, CC, I have noticed that the last few sets of 60-day cycles have been within the realm of 80 and 70 days, and it seems we're pushing toward another 70-day cycle, which is correct. Could it be that we're starting to change cycles to a higher count? Yeah, absolutely. It's possible, right? So we back tested the data on the 60-day cycles for, what do you call it, their entire history. And what we found, and I think I've mentioned this before, but what we found was, what year was it? I think it was 2015. There was a shift from 40 to 60 days, right? And if you go into cycle theory as it pertains to the stock market and, different risk on assets like that, generally it's batches of 20 and 30-day cycles. In the 60-day cycle is just 2 or 3 of those, depending on if you're looking at it from a 20-day or 30-day perspective. So if the 60-day cycle is going to lengthen, then it's going to either be so it's at 60, right? So it'd either go to 80 or 90-day cycles. So that's the one that you want to watch probably over the next 4 years. But we've kind of been getting like, what do you call it, back and forth situations with that, where it's like super short cycles, super long cycles and stuff. So I don't know if that, like, I'll have to go back. Like, I did do this, actually. I did do the math on every 60-day cycle we've had this cycle, right, so far. And it averages out to like 60 and a half days per cycle. So if you just do that, like, it's clear that, they're not changing yet. But if they were to change, yeah, that would be the time frame that I would look for. Damn, I thought Miguel would be back by now. But hey, I'll just keep going through super chats. Bonka Guy and Ken Rose, appreciate you guys. And then Ricky Romero said, do you like Keto? Looks promising. Keto's had some good moves, actually. Yeah. I wish I could share a screen on it, but I'll just pull it up on my side a little bit just to look at the chart and the setup. But it's been on one of the coins on my potentials of buy list, right? That I've been thinking like, okay, that ran. So like, if I'm looking at Keta's run from May, it went from 12 cents to $100.50. I was going to say like 150 cents, but a little bit over a 10x, right? And then the next move for it was 54 cents to about $1.50, so about a 3x. It's kind of chilling in its wave, 3 to 4 of the last move up, essentially, which just means it's probably going to go to like, if it pumps from here, like $3 to $6, something like that, and it's at $1 right now. So It should get some good moves. So Kita's good. Is it going to be outperforming Ethereum like crazy? I think it probably keeps it with Ethereum and maybe outpaces it a bit. Yeah, you're back. You're good.
You want to share your screen? What, like you unshared it before I could share? I literally clicked on your screen and then you unshared it.
Oh, you were in the background there?
Yeah. I was trying to fix it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Yeah. So I was just looking at these prices on Kita, so just like the moves that it had. And by the third to fourth wave, I just meant this section here. Kind of looks like it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is its wave 1, 2, 1 of 3. It's probably going to go to its most bullish move. So yeah, I mean, $3 to $6 is a good target for it. I think is as a possibility if I'm just going off the top of the dome. But yeah, Kita doesn't look bad. We were doing the 70% drop reverse moon math from 182, right? Bitcoin being annoying. Basically, Bitcoin's pivot point is 114,226. So that's where this sell setup came in, and then we got a sell confirmation at the weekly close about a day ago or so, right? And then now it's down below its 10-week moving average, and it's about to touch its 20-week moving average. And here's the thing. If we're going to stay in a bull move, one, you don't want to go below on a weekly close where the buy signal last came in if you get a sell signal, right? So ultimate support you want to see is about 108,400, which is this buy signal. So you want to see it hold the 20-week moving average, see it hold that buy support, right? And then reverse enough in the next 10 days, basically to come up above this 114,226. So 114, 115 is the level that you want to see Bitcoin get a weekly close above for a couple of weeks, and then we can get a run again, right? So versus the bear signal would be, going below this 20-week moving average here, and then going below this previous buy signal, that would be bearish, right? Which means we're probably close to the end of this dip. Yay, right? Hashtag not life or financial advice. But we come to where we are now, and you can kind of see Bitcoin, if it were to recover here on the 60-day cycle, like if it were to have a low right here, it would actually work out pretty well because it's below its 111-day moving average. Every time it goes below the 111, that's a good time to buy. And every time it's happened in this bull market, it's been a good time to buy. Let's just go back into the Wayback Machine and look at the last time Bitcoin was below its 111-day moving average. That was under 96K Bitcoin down to 74K, right? And then before that, you had a little bit here under 60K. Here, this whole summer of 2024, you were basically between about 55 to 65K Bitcoin underneath there. And, I could keep going, which I guess I will. You didn't even come and touch it here at all, this blue line, right? And then the last time you were under there was the bottom of the market, right? So the very bottom of the market, okay, summer of last year, spring of this year, and then now, right? Best times basically to buy in the bull market has been under the 111-day moving average. So we're right there. And then if we turn on the Bollinger Bands here, you can just see, right, if you were to close today green, today is Tuesday, August 26th, there's 19 hours and 35 minutes before this daily close. If it were to close green, that's good. But if it were to close green and above this 111-day moving average, let's say at about 111,222 or something like that, like 111,222, somewhere around there. If you were to get a close there or higher, roughly speaking, then you would basically say that could very well be the cycle low. Now, we did think this was a cycle low and you had enough oomph, right, to basically make that one, but it gave it all back in the next few days. So that's why more than one daily close is so important on a bull move, because you need multiple daily closes above those prices. I mean, if you do look at Bitcoin's all-time high, right, you were literally not even above there for one whole daily close, right? So that's why, and the same with this move. So the other thing we can do here, if we wanted to get like a little bit of a different price action, we could go like this. And look at that. 0.618, 109,342. If this is an A, like this is your A, B, C for wave A, this is your B, and this is your C. This is the low is now, basically. So if we close green today and close above the 111-day moving average, the best prices you're going to get in all of crypto, probably for the rest of this year, is literally right now. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know. That's what kind of looks like with the 60-day cycle right now. And that would be day 65 would be what we'd end up getting there. And then, yeah, we started the new 60-day cycle. So once this next 60-day cycle starts in earnest, where you get a few, days above this 111-day moving average, then, yeah, we're in for a pretty good run here. I guess the last thing to do on this, if I were to pull back here, would be, let's turn on the, the M2 money supply. And yeah, it's not. Yeah, I guess you can look at it like this. Right now, what would be the best offset? Probably, let's go to 90. No. Well, yeah, I guess you could argue that, right? But basically it says up from here. If you put it on a 90-day offset, I wonder if you put it on 110, because that's what the best one over the long term is in terms of correlation. I guess that kind of fits, but that would tell you have a little bit more before it gets going good. But yeah, no, just in general right now, it doesn't really matter. The general trajectory will be up more than down in the next 60-day cycle. So it's just a matter of finding a low. And like we were talking about today, Ethereum's kind of your big winner. So if you're buying that underneath $5,000, you're basically killing it, especially from Wall Street standards. So Ethereum doesn't get bearish unless you close down below 3,500. But this week, wherever we close, we're getting another sell setup. So wherever this weekly candle closes on Ethereum, basically should become support. If we're still in a bull market. So let's see. But yeah, pretty bullish. So time to buy, in my opinion. Oops. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. It was
Does a 60-day cycle reset once we hit a low? Yes. Yes.
The French got to me for a second, but I battled back.
Macron
and your dude and your bitch. Your uncle. His uncle is right. I think it's his uncle.
I thought it was his dad.
Is that? No, that's worse. Yeah, that's fucking terrible.
No matter which way you slice it, it's not good.
Horrible, man. But yeah, man, you guys. It's time to be in crypto. I saw some good questions earlier. Let me see. Where is it?
Yeah, I went through all the super chats and answered them. I just couldn't pull them up before.
I got you. Yeah. Either way that we look at it, yeah, like in terms of the whole AI stuff, just like Charlie said, there's like, sales or marketing, right? It's basically, can you close a deal or basically generate attention? Very important. With on the blue collar side, it's kind of jobs that are just fundamentally needed. Like, I don't know how you would do this, but maybe you're an electrician and then you manage to
yeah, you're gonna hating your ass tonight. At least we made it this far. Like, your internet's fucking hating your ass.
With something else. Yeah, fuse it with something else. And then by fusing it together, you have very like. Can you hold the pose like a pro?
That's the most random thing to come back to.
You too, Brutus. The French. Oh my god!
You got Matrix attacked like 3 times this episode, bro.
I know. I didn't even say Israel once. Not true.
See, that's the problem. Maybe you should say it more now.
Yeah, but the splicing skills together makes you interesting, and then being able to market that. You know, like being able to scuba dive and then welding. You make a lot of money underwater welding. It's a lot of money.
I know that sounds like most people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?" But like, no, legit. You're like, that's actually true.
It's a lot of money. Very dangerous, though. Scary as fuck work. Scary as hell work, but a lot of money in it. And I don't think long term very good. I don't think you'd pretty much want to work from that past your 40s because you'd probably end up having some version of you'd start having strokes because all that carbon monoxide will build up in you over time. You know, it's not good.
Allegedly, there's a guy who beat the Guinness Book of World Records today for how long a human's been able to hold their breath. Did you see that?
Yeah, longer than a sea animal or some shit. Yeah, it's
29 minutes and 3 seconds.
Jeez.
But the dude oxygenated his blood so much before it happened, it gave him 10 extra minutes, basically.
Wim Hof method. I actually tried the Wim Hof thing for a little bit. I was like, damn, I was sweating, dude. Holy crap, man. That shit. But you're almost in a way, you're hyperventilating yourself in a way, and you're obviously oxygenating yourself, but I felt kind of high while doing it. You know?
Yeah. Lose brain cells probably. I think 2007 Kilo Gaming had a comment that was probably correct on why you're getting.
Don't go on 4chan, you
guys. But I think that comment's probably the reason why you're getting fucking, what do you call it, lagged out. Damn, the Matrix does hate us. God damn. Now you're back. Yeah. I got 1 every 5 words Miguel says. I catch that.
Well, if there was a place to end the stream, I think
the most anticlimactic Moongang ever. Well, okay. Let me share my screen one last time.
Sure. Let's do it. No, I'm not in my home office right now. I'm in my other place and stuff. There's something going on with the modem.
Yeah, no, you're usually good. So yeah, if you guys come over here to cryptomindsetcourse.com, put your best email address in here, click to sign up. Then on September 19th, when the Crypto Mindset course does go live, you will be made aware of the enrollment period from the 19th to the 25th once a day by email. So that's good to come do that. But I mentioned this on my Friday and Thursday stream, but I'm basically waiting to give you guys more time and waiting for a few more people here. But tomorrow, I'll be sending an email. Anybody who is on the wait list, who's put their email address in here, will basically get chosen out of a raffle after I send an email tomorrow morning. And then within 24 hours, we'll see who responds to that with basically we're asking you guys what you want to see in the next Crypto Mindset course. And the people who do respond to that email with their suggestions and information, one person will be chosen through the raffle to have one free Crypto Mindset course. And we'll announce that on my show on Wednesday. So just come over here to cryptomindsetcourse.com, put in your email, click to sign up. Even if you think you're already on here, just throw your email there, click to sign up. And then tomorrow morning, when that email does come out, just respond to it with, a few sentences of what you want to see. And then boom, you are eligible for a free Crypto Mindset course. So definitely come and do that. So just wanted to let you guys know before we round it off here.
And make sure to pay attention as well for any community posts, because we'll also have, we're planning to do a giveaway next week, but we'll have details in the community posts as well as on Twitter and stuff. So all our official channels will be there. Make sure to follow the official manga release. You know what I mean? Don't get scammed by people. And one last thing, these guys keep asking about 4chan. Don't go on the website. It's been government. it got hacked recently. It got shown that pretty much most of the moderators, the major people running all the like at poll or at random, all the main moderators are all government agents, either working for Israel, the United States government, the UK government. It's basically government agencies pretending not to be government agencies, trying to influence the other government agency. It's fucking ridiculous. 4chan is totally not what it was back in the day. It's totally stupid. Don't do it. You're just, I mean, you want to watch.
Well, at least you got 80% of the point before they throttled your ass this time. maybe if I stop sharing my video, maybe it'll come clearer.
But it's totally cooked now. Like, yeah, let me cut my shit too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight audio. I'm like, maybe this is the only way we get DCC, like what do you call it, zero leg.
Yeah,
you sound super clear now.
Yeah, I talk 4chan and bad shit happens.
Where's your fucking cake, Moses cake shit?
Yeah, dude, but don't go on those websites, dude. It's cooked anyway, dog. And then even the most basic level of like, if you were to use like, if you were to use Tor or like anything you would use to basically get onto the dark web, all the entry level crap is also being monitored as well. So like you're doing nothing that they wouldn't know you're doing already, and like it's all surface level shit anyway. You know,
right?
Yeah, you're not gonna find you have to where you find a bunch of cool stuff out is in-person events and kind of things like the places where you can get into a room versus like, you know, besides basic information you get on YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, trust me, like a lot of it's just psyop horse shit these days, dog. Yeah,
dude, you're coming in super clear now. I'm like, I'll just hand over the podcast for you for about 20 minutes to like get some of the points that you wanted to say. God damn, like now it's super clear.
Yeah, it's what will people talk about on there? I mean, they're just doing. I mean, they're.
As soon as I fucking say that.
They're basically a lot.
No, bro, you're no. Like I thought you were good, but no, the Matrix still got you.
The Matrix still got at the side pieces house right now, JK. No, it's just they fucking kicked over the modem yesterday while I was gone, and it's like been bugging out and shit. So we're getting a new one.
Yeah, shit happens.
Windows XP, lol. Cox Internet. Yeah, Cox Internet is actually pretty fast, though. I will say, though, it is actually usually very fast. Actually.
No, legit. Like I pay for the highest speed internet I can get in Vegas, and then like I Vegas is like Russian roulette when it comes to like internet, because there's only like a couple companies, and so it's like what do you call it? Even if you paid the most, it's like okay, you only get one outage per quarter, versus like most people get like an outage like every few weeks in Vegas when it comes to internet.
Lachlan Charlie, you mind paying for the internet, Charlie? I'm going all in on Bitcoin right now.
You're a bubble. You're a bubble.
You're a bubble. You're a bubble. I've wanted to try Starlink. I've actually always wanted to try it just to have it, but I guess I should. I mean, I got to look into it. That'd be really cool to have a Starlink just in case. That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're fucking like just like going into random places in nature, you know, it's the next best thing after a GPS phone. Like GPS phones are the way to like, what do you call it? Make sure you don't get killed by a grizzly.
Yeah. What did 4chan talk about back then? I mean, they're talking about everything conspiracy. I mean, mostly 9/11, a lot of 9/11 shit. And then here's the bad part: is that a big part of 4chan back in the day was about fucking looking at like, and this is where I think the government agencies got involved. Is there was a lot of like, I think a lot of 4chan was used to cause degeneracy or to like see degeneracy over time, because there was a ton of it. That website was under attack a lot of times because they kept showing like underage shit all the time. And like, and the big part of the lolly culture of like, you know, it's like underage, like, you know, anime girl crap, and then started going into like the bromies and stuff with like, it's just a very, they became a huge center point of a lot of these weird, very, and like honestly disgusting like subcultures, as well as like also the subcultures for the furries. And a lot of that was brought in from that area. It's fucking just, you know, horrible, you know, like Reddit now it's worser than now, but now it's more government, it's all government, but like a lot of it was seeded there and stuff. And then now these people, I mean, it's sicko shit, man. It's like just learn your skills, do your shit, and like you don't really need the website's outdated anyway. Now, obviously, if you kick a hornet's nest, you kick a hornet. Never don't kick a hornet's nest, obviously. But it's all government people now. I mean, it's kind of crazy and stuff. And like, this is why like a lot of people, the original people from 4chan, like the people from the furry community, a lot of them are actually in cybersecurity. So like a lot of cybersecurity is furry, which is crazy.
Oh my god,
it's true, absolutely true, 100%. Because they all were seeded. So they seeded these weird subgroup and then empowered them. And so this is what I'm talking about. They put these. It's like Hollywood pedos. They put pedos in positions to control them.
So you're telling me Tom Hanks wasn't like the guy that I thought he was?
Chet Hanks is pretty cool. Yeah, but they do. That's the shit they do with their power. Is that all right? We have to have some sort of servant class to us. Let's empower a group of people that we have dirt on, and put them in those positions, or people that we can basically put the screws on, and that's what they do.
Yeah,
and it makes total sense. Like that's the reason why. Like let's just say like someone goes into politics and they're just trying to get dirt on him somehow. I mean, like they were digging up dirt. They were trying to. I mean, they had videos of MLK fucking banging white chicks. And showed it to his wife, and his wife held it down. But like that's what he was doing.
Nobody heaven, he just couldn't resist.
I had a dream.
Hey, you gotta have one.
No, definitely and stuff. So like this is just the things they do. Like they want leverage on people, but at the same time too, it's sort of the whole. Like that's the reason. The reason that like we're just to go back to the original point of the whole video right here is like the reason that. They want to put you in. They're trying to put us back in that Japanese sort of like cage, that sort of like community cage, is because they've empowered. Now the internet has given them so much freedom and information now that they're afraid they can't control us anymore. So they're just trying to put the reins back on us because they gave us capitalism and they gave us all these things to basically like, okay, we'll put a system out here where the slaves run themselves. They're still slaves, but they still have to work and they do the stuff. So like it's slaves we don't have to take care of very much. Now,
you're telling me when my government comes out with a central bank digital currency and says, "Don't worry about it," that I should not worry, right?
Worry, very much worry. Multiple passports, sir. Multiple passports. But with that, you guys, thank you so much for joining us, man. We'll be on MOONGANG next Sunday on Charlie's channel at either Sunday or Monday. We'll give you guys a heads up of probably this next Sunday. Slaves built the pyramids, that's right. And make sure to join the Citadel, you guys. We're going to be doing some cool stuff, giveaways. And we got some flash webinars coming up this week for both the Citadel and the Crypto Mindset course.
Ooh, yeah.
So, perfect, man. With that, man, thank you so much, man. And catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
By the dip.
Yeah, by the dip, exactly. Where is it? No, I had the perfect meme. I lost it.
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves, slaves. Didn't have to cut me off.